Greetings, guys. Greetings. I hope that you guys have had a great week. It has been an eventful week. This is a special edition cabinet meeting. We're going to wait for everybody to come in. Now, typically we talk politics, and this is still politics, but a lot has been going on since Ava DuVernay's When They See Us hit Netflix streaming services. Hi, everyone. What's going on, Kay? Hey, Eric. Shout out to Eric Watkins, that big dude with glasses. He did half of my record. Who do we have here? Pamela's here. Hey, Pam in Pittsburgh. Derek's here. Shamare, what's going on, my dear? Chris from Nashville. Sabrina, Philly. Philly is Baltimore's sister city. Jocelyn, Florida's in the building. Kim, what's going on in Mississippi, Kim? Jacksonville, Alessandra. Oh, my God. Oh, thank you, Lillian. Lillian said I looked amazing. I'm working on it. I tell you, the gym is kicking my ass, but, we getting it together. It's giving Death Row Records tonight. Tonight's look is giving Death Row Records. I want to give a shout out to everyone who continues to support not only this YouTube, this broadcast, what we do here. I do want to read a book soon. I keep getting asked about Lamar Odom's book. And I think we might take a look into that. We'll have to see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'll for sure look into that. But tonight, I'm going to wait for a few more people to get in. You guys are coming in fast. Hey, Brick City, New Jersey. San Jose. What's going on, Tamara? Latanya's here from Woodbridge. Derek. Hey, Aaron. What's going on? But tonight is a special edition. Now, I waited to do this particular unpacking. We haven't had an unpack. Well, we unpack all the time, bitch. But not this type of unpacking. I wanted to unpack When They See Us, but I wanted to give everybody enough time to see it because it is a very dense watch. It's a very heavy watch. And it's something that for some of us, we had to take a break. I know me personally, I watched the first 3 parts and it was just so heavy. I had to take a break and come back later that night and watch the final episode, which was outstanding to say the least. But we're going to dig a little deeper into this. This is basically us discussing tonight how we feel about it, and what my personal thoughts are and how we got here. So everybody's pretty much seen it at this point. Hey, Shaquana, what's going on? ATL in the building. Everybody's pretty much seen it. If you haven't seen it, it's really not a spoiler, because it's public knowledge that happened in 89. So, you should have seen it by now. But anyway, I gotta first say this. Ava DuVernay, hand clap, bitch. Hand clap, Mother DuVernay, hand clap. And here's why I'm giving you a hand clap. Because it is so easy to have stories, especially in the times that we're in now. You guys know news cycle run crazy. What's an outrage today, we could totally be forgetting about tomorrow. And to have this case is such a polarizing case from 1989, 30 years ago, quite frankly, is amazing. I think the performances overall, we're going to get into some of these performances, but overall, the cast, not first off, bitch, Netflix is not playing with you whores, okay? All you other streaming services, you getting tired of the commercials, you getting tired of, all the advertisers all in the goddamn shit. Come to Netflix, bitch! That's the best $13 I spend a month. Bitch, at this rate, if y'all gonna keep giving me this kind of programming, bitch, I'm not gonna complain when you raise it the dollar. Bitch, I'm not, I don't even get mad. Netflix is like my goddamn utility bill at this point, bitch. I need the Netflix. That's the only fucking bill that's on auto pay, bitch. Because I don't pay auto pay for shit. Nothing's on auto pay, but that motherfucking Netflix, bitch. Oh, she's on auto pay. I ain't got a choice, but she's on auto pay, bitch. Nevertheless. But anyway, what I liked too is that there are a lot of talented black actors and actresses who do not get, in my opinion, enough spotlight in versatile roles, and roles that are not, stigmatizing or typecast. Niecy Nash, bitch. Mother Niece. Niecy. You've come a long way from Reno 911, bitch. You've come a long way from them baby hairs, bitch, with the job. Niecy Nash. Give me what I want, bitch. Give it to me. Okay? Niecy Nash played Corey Wise's mother. I believe her name was Dolores. And Niecy Nash, for those of you not familiar with her work, or shit, if you watch my shit, you should know Niecy Nash, bitch. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, Niecy Nash is more of a comedy girl. She's giving comedy tease, okay? She's Showtime at the Apollo. She's ha ha ha. She's more Eddie Murphy, bitch, than Denzel Washington. And what I liked about what she did was, it's a particular scene. Okay, so Corey Wise is one of the Central Park Five. I don't want to jump, but Corey Wise is one of the Central Park Five. His sister, who also I loved that they spotlighted his sister. Corey Wise's sister, transgender, played by the one and only Isis King, formerly of Top Model, bitch. Okay? Fucking ate it. Shout out to you, Isis, bitch. You've come a long way from Picture of the Week, bitch. But, I have two photos in my hand, bitch. One of them is Isis and one of them is Niecy Nash, bitch. And Niecy Nash, you're the fucking challenge winner, bitch. I love that she brought range to that character, because it could have been, she could have very well, no shade, ended up being like Naaman Mother on the Wire, bitch. And we know what Naaman Mother on the Wire, bitch. She's the same bitch, played in a New Edition show. She played the same role with the same expression the whole goddamn movie, the whole goddamn show. Niecy Nash ate it, bitch. Okay? I love the scene with her and Isis. And because that scene, when you see a mother in the hood, I'm from humble beginnings, bitch. Okay? A hood bitch. And you had your son, who is now your daughter, who has transitioned, to have that kind of, what I liked about that was it showed the hurt in the mom in Dolores, which Niecy Nash played, and the feeling of somehow her as a mom feeling like she was a failure as a mom. And I also like Isis's portrayal, because it gave, this is who I am, I'm living in my truth, this is what it is. But I also, too, what I loved about what Niecy brought to that character was that she allowed you to put yourself in that woman's shoes. This is a woman who, she has one son who shouldn't even have been in this situation. I think Corey Wise is a cautionary tale for some folks. First off, sidebar, don't jump off the bridge with your friends, bitch. Now, granted, them kids ain't do that shit, but had Corey ass stayed where the fuck he was at, it would have been a Central Park 4, bitch. I'm just saying. But I also love that loyalty to his friend that he showed. But anyway, Niecy Nash took you into the psyche of a mom who is feeling like she's failing her kids, but she's doing the best that she can. And Niecy actually made me cry in that scene, because when she turned back around and they was going back and forth, you could see that she did not want to lose her children. But this is 89 in New York City in the projects, bitch. let's not act like we don't know where we've come from and the people that we've known in our life. We're living in a time where everything is like, you should be like this and you should understand, but I'm a black person, I'm a black queer person. I know mothers like Dolores Wise. I know that character that Niecy Nash was playing. And part of me sympathized with that character because I think, and this is for my LGBTQ people, for my black LGBTQ people, sometimes we still have to give education. Okay? Sometimes you have to be mindful of where a person's coming from. Not saying you should be disrespected or that they shouldn't understand your truth, but help them understand. Some people need a little time. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I love that character. I think across the board, Ingenue Ellis is another one. Shout out to Ingenue Ellis, who did a phenomenal job. I think she played Malik's mom, Salam's mom. Excellent job. And what is interesting about this case is what this miniseries did is it gave the kids a person. It, like, you looked at these people as people. And as a black person, you already sympathize. Yusef Mom. You already sympathize with these boys just as being a black man of color. But what I loved about it was that even if you're not of this ilk, you should still feel the emotion from that. And if you don't feel the emotion or understand what's going on from this, then I question your humanity. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I question your humanity and how you feel about people. In this case. Now, Linda Fairstein. Now, Linda Fairstein was the prosecutor, investigator, whatever you want to call her, who basically helped engineer, I think that's the perfect word to describe, engineer this case against these boys. And I think that with Linda Fairstein kind of represents to me the female liberal white voter who really kind of is a Republican, but, and this is my personal opinion, really kind of is a Republican, but doesn't want to be a Republican, but kind of is. First off, Felicity Huffman, bitch, you just having a bad year, okay? Not only are you in hot shit for paying for your kids to cheat on the SATs, bitch, but you just played probably the most hated woman in America right now, bitch. And you did a good job doing it, bitch. So, my condolences to Felicity Huffman, bitch, because here's the thing. With black people, bitch, we don't give a fuck if it's a movie. We don't give a fuck if you just playing a role, bitch. We will think that this is you, bitch, and we will come for you, okay? Like, I come from a family of black women who watch the stories, and to this day, they still think Susan Lucci is a slut in real life, bitch. I'm just saying. Felicity Huffman, bitch, you got a tall order, bitch. So, Linda Fairstein, and the thing is, they did Linda Fairstein a service because Felicity Huffman is a way more attractive woman than Linda Fairstein. I saw this Gilbert the Gopher looking bitch, and I just about died. Okay? Number one, she looks like Donald Trump's sister, bitch. I'm just saying. Okay? Bad hair. They did get that right because she got split ends like a motherfucker, even in these pictures, bitch. They did the hair right, bitch. The hair was bad, shedding, thin. Whoever, that's my only complaint. Sidebar. That's my only complaint, bitch. Now, for those of you who know, I gets me a man weave, bitch. I get some motherfucking high top, bitch. I felt like the high tops in this show wasn't hitting, bitch. It wasn't blending, bitch. It was like you just took the hair out the pack and you set it on that head, bitch. This is Hollywood. You should have hooked up with my girl Max Styles to do my man weaves, bitch. She'd have had that shit blending with a motherfucking fade ass. She'd have put the designs in it like it's 88, bitch. Okay? That's my only complaint. Now, the braid wigs, they was on, bitch. The braid wig Ingenue Ellis had, that shit was together. But them fucking fades, bitch, I did not live. I'm sorry. I didn't live. I know that's a small detail and it's not, the deep discussion that we supposed to be having right now, bitch. But them fades was trash. Fucking Linda Fairstein hair, bitch. You need Rogaine, bitch. It was thin, it was flat, it had no bump. But then when I seen the bitch in real life, I was like, okay, they got that one right. Now, Linda Fairstein, hey, number one, you gotta love the law sometimes, because the law just never apologizes. It's very rare if they do. You gotta commend the bitch who believed the lie so much that she really believed it, bitch. Like, I feel like she really believed it, bitch. Like, she really believed this shit. You gotta commend the bitch that believe her own fucking fairy tales and delusions, bitch. They need to do a case study on this bitch. Okay. Her publisher, Dutton, which is a offshoot, I believe, of Random House or Random House, Penguin Random House, they just dropped her. Now, they ain't drop her off the back, bitch. But I think it was getting a little bit too hot in the kitchen. They was like, look, bitch, we done made our money, you done made yours, bitch. Let's call it a day. They done dropped her. I think Glamour Magazine took one of the awards back that they gave her 93, bitch. They doing retroactive fucking snatching, bitch. Then, her college, Vassar College, they started a petition. They was like, bitch, this bitch gotta go. Then she was supposed to get some other boy. Life come at you fast, bitch. But what I love about this story, is that no matter when you do the dirt, eventually the dirt is going to come out. Sometimes you gotta wait a while. Sometimes it takes 30 years. But even though I wish that them guys didn't have to go through this and wait this long for justice, what I love about this story is that justice, true justice, does not have a time limit. Karma does not have a statute of limitations, bitch. And that bitch is getting karma. It's still not harsh enough compared to what them kids had to go through. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's well deserved, and that's the lesson I take from that. Now, the thing that I do want to stress is that now I'm going to bring the political piece into it, because I feel like this is pertinent to the world we're living in today. When you look at least according to Ava DuVernay's, project and the court documents that are available publicly, according to her depiction in this film, you saw people who knew that this case was trash and that these kids really didn't do this, but they went along to get along. And I think this case is a metaphor, that behavior is a metaphor for the world we're living in now and the administration we have in the White House right now. Understand that history remembers. And when you go along to get along, you don't want to rock the boat. You get like the prosecutor that actually tried the case. Another bad fucking wig. But when I looked at the real lady, I was like, they did her. All of these, first off, and I don't want to seem chauvinist or whatever, but I'm just saying, all of these bitches was ugly. The actresses that they got to play them, Vera Farmiga, bitch, that was an upgrade for that lady. Because she was not a looker, bitch. I'm just saying. She was ugly with bad hair. That's just me, okay? No, I'm not a chauvinist. I'm just saying, bitch, they was ugly, okay? The prosecutor, she knew the case was fishy. The police officers know that they were sitting up here. It hurt my feelings to see. It's one particular scene to see. And let me pull up the cast here so I can get it right, because y'all already smashed my wig for misstating Yusef's name. So let me get the name. I'm sorry, I'm excited because I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now. But it hurt my feelings to see a police officer, mind you, these are children, to see a police officer coach a baby on how to lie on himself. That personally hurt my feelings. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not a sensitive bitch by any means. Anybody who know me in real life know I'm very cut and dry. Y'all know me from these broadcasts, bitch. But it hurt my feelings to see on camera, see a depiction of a child betraying himself. You understand? Like, to see the devil, because that's a real evil act. You know, that's a very evil act. To see a child being coached in how to betray his own feelings, and it's like a psychological rape. And I think that was the scene that I think one of the scenes that really bothered me. And it makes you understand, and that was the scene with Asante Black, who plays Kevin Richardson. That was the scene where, if you don't understand why people of color have the relationship that they have with the police departments in this country and around the world, that was the one scene, if I had to pull it, that's the scene that I would show. Okay? Because that child just went, and then the thing is, as black people, and I understand how they correlate the prison system and how that works with slavery, because they use kids against them. I think that's part of the reason why I never want kids. Like, I don't have any children. I don't want any children. Is because I never want that kind of weakness and vulnerability. Because you'll do anything for your kids. And when his sister came in the police station after he was coached to lie on himself, and he starts crying and going off, and she just signs the paper just because she don't want to see him in any pain. That shit is disgusting. You know, and it just was, it was insane to me. I think all of the actors, like, to me, there wasn't a weak link in this series for me, from a theatrical standpoint. Like I said, yeah, I wasn't a fan of the hair, but how many movies, period pieces, we see where the hair is fucked up? So we're not going to dwell on that. Overall, I think Ava did an excellent job. Now, let's get to the big fish. Mr. Jarrell Jerome. Now, Jarrell Jerome played Corey Wise. Corey Wise, by all accounts, and if you watch the show, he suffered the most, and he shouldn't even have been there. That's the crazy part, is that he wasn't anywhere in play. But that also shows, again, why black men and black people have the relationships that they have with the police. You just wrangle up a bunch of kids, okay? You just wrangle them up. You don't know if they were there. You don't ask any questions. You just round up a bunch of kids. One child wasn't even there. Wasn't even supposed to be there. And ends up probably going through traumas that I don't even know if I would survive. And watching his, because he gets pretty much a whole episode to himself, watching his betrayal of Corey Wise, Jarrell Jerome, it made me think of Khalif Browder. For those of you not familiar with the Khalif Browder case, they did a brilliant, docuseries on how on Spike, on there's the Paramount Network. But he basically got locked up for allegedly stealing a book bag. He served 3 years in Rikers without ever getting a trial or being formally really charged with anything. It was crazy. And the scenes where he starts with Jarrell Jerome, who plays Corey Wise, starts hallucinating in solitary confinement is terrible. And I want to say something. If you are a prison guard, I don't know what your job is like. My mom, she used to be a CO many years ago. And she corroborates some of this behavior. For anybody that's a prison guard, I just ask you to remember, no matter what these people may have done, big or small, they are people, okay? They are people. And I never thought about prison rights because I'm not in prison. I currently don't have any friends that are in prison. So, as with most people, out of sight, out of mind. But watching this made me look into organizations that advocate for prisoners and things like that, because what hurt my feelings the most, because I had a lot of hurt feelings on the show, what hurt my feelings the most is that it was the black guards that were doing this to this child. Yes, it was a white guard too, but it was like, why is, we don't want any stars in here. Why are you treating that child like that? And the thing that, and I don't know if maybe this is just me reading to it, but Corey Wise seemed special needs to me. It seemed like he had some kind of behavioral or attention deficit. I'm not a professional, but it seemed like something was a little off with him. When he testified, at least from the account, he clearly didn't seem fit to be going to trial and testifying for himself and things like that. I don't understand how you could treat a person like that. And I just ask, if you are a CO, next time you just, do a snap judgment on somebody, just because a person was convicted of a crime, don't mean that they actually did it. Okay? Because if we that's another thing too I want to get into. Based on, and I'm basing it off of charging documents and the depiction. We're basing it off of what we saw on Netflix, okay? For what we saw on Netflix, okay, I feel like the lawyers did the best that they could. I can honestly say I don't feel like the lawyers, yes, they failed the boys, but they didn't fail the boys, if that makes sense to you, or if you follow what I'm saying. They presented the evidence. They got the DNA evidence to get introduced. They did their job. But your fate is in the hands of them 12 people sitting in that jury box. And I think what killed it for the boys was when the victim actually walked in. At least according to the depiction in the film. I think that's honestly what killed it for them. Because I feel like the lawyers were definitely proving their case, but it kind of, well, you see a woman walk into a courtroom, the lady had lost her sense of smell, she had trouble walking, that's a lot to digest, and that further makes you understand what a lawyer's job is. A lawyer's job is to interpret the law. However, it's really their job to make the jury believe what they want them to believe. Sorry. facts matter, but when Trisha Melly walked into the courtroom, and it's funny to me because Trisha Melly has no memory of the actual incident. Like her memory is gone. She doesn't even know what happened. She was there, of course, but she doesn't even know what happened. But it kind of was disturbing to me because I was reading that, I'm researching, I'm reading the interview, and she doesn't believe that the boys were totally innocent. And I'm like, ma'am, the DNA that they found, the DNA does not match the boys. When we looked at the timeline, when they was trying to construct this timeline, the timeline didn't make sense. And then you have a guy come and confess whose DNA matches the guy who actually raped you, who had did other rapes in the area that they didn't even think to tie to yours. Sis! And you can't even remember what happened. I was confused. And no, for those of you saying no need to victim blame, I'm not victim blaming her. I'm not. It's terrible what happened to her. But to have DNA evidence, a strong case, and you can't even remember what happened, but you are convinced that these boys aren't innocent. That's not victim blaming, sis. That's me saying, what the fuck? So you mean to tell me that I can, and this is a problem that I have. This is as a black person, as a black man, that's annoying to me. It is annoying to me because I face this sometimes where people don't believe what I'm saying or they question what I'm saying when I come with facts, but because it's me coming with the facts, it's still questioned. So I'm not victim blaming anybody. For those, let's not get this fucked up. Okay? Let's not get this fucked up. For those of you in the comments, just so bitches know, I'm not victim blaming. But sis, the DNA, the timeline, a confession, when he didn't, the motherfucker that confessed didn't have to confess. He confessed in like '02 or some shit like that. And you still think these boys have something to do with it? Like, what more do you need? I'm just saying. Now, after watching this whole piece, it made me reassess some things. It made me empathize more with some of my friends who are raising sons. And also, too, it made me understand the role and how important fathers are in the lives of young boys. I love that they showed the father's relationship or lack of relationship with the guys, and especially with Antron's father, who was played by Michael K. Williams, who I love, Omar from The Wire, and Leonard from Hap and Leonard, which I love that show too. How I think Jim Crow and that Willie Lynch, they did a number on black communities. They did a real number on black communities because once they got you, they got you. And to have, he's in there, trying to get his son and all of that. And he essentially sold his son out because he was so terrified of losing his little job because they went and dug up dirt on him. It really, like, he sold his son out. It's really no other way to put it. But I gotta give credit to black women because they there every time. Every time. Every time. And sometimes, we don't do our black women right. We don't. They get shafted. They do. But they there every time. And I love that them mothers were there every time. Black women are our strongest soldiers, our strongest support. And a lot of times we treat them like trash or we take them for granted. And I personally want to just once again thank all of the black women out there fighting the fight and supporting even when you're not appreciated. Okay? Antron's mom still took care of that man after he sold his son out. She was still there for him. Dolores still went and saw her son. Even though she threw out the other child. She did. But she still stuck by her son. Yusuf's mom, that was a strong woman. And black women are always there to help. They're always there to support every time. And I love that this was also what was shown here. We need our sisters. We need our queens. We need them because without them, I don't know what we would do. Because Daddy sold them out. I'm just saying. Okay? Daddy sold them out. But I think overall, I love that this is a case where entertainment did social work. And that's what I love about when entertainment gets it right. It can be a real beautiful thing. And I think Ava DuVernay is proving herself to be in it for the long fight because, she did an excellent job, and I want to commend her on that. But I think overall it was something that we needed to watch. I'm glad that they didn't put this out in Black History Month. I'm glad that they put it out when they did because Black History is year round. It's not just in a month. And I'm glad that people watch. I know for some people it was really traumatic to watch. But I'm glad that people watched. I'm glad that it got this kind of attention. I'm glad that social media rallied behind it. Let's rally behind the voting booth. Okay? Now, to get back into our politics, because we're going to be picking up on that, we got these Democratic debates coming up. I didn't want to dedicate too much of this hour to Trump. We know his trip overseas was trash. We know that the Brits trolled his ass. We know that he's a fucking mess. And he took out that ad for the Central Park 5, which was disgusting. But at this point, he does disgusting things. How do we get him out of here? That's where I'm at now. But overall, I think, this gets, if I can give it 25 stars, I totally would. I think it was a job well done by the entire cast and crew. This week, shout out to all my DC people. Happy Pride. Hopefully everyone's safe. I heard we had quite an incident here. in DC. So I hope everyone's safe from that. But overall, I hope you guys have a great week. Tickets just went on sale for my release party for Beautiful Gowns. Soap powder. It is available if you're on YouTube and watching this. The link will be in the video description. So if you're in the Baltimore, DC area, feel free to come out July 6th. Beautiful Gowns comes out July 3rd on all streaming platforms. And the video for He Say, She Say will be out this Wednesday. It will be premiering right here on Secretary of Shade YouTube. So make sure you mark your calendars for that, folks. Outside of that, it's always great meeting with you guys. I know everything I say isn't always the most PC, but that's why we meet. Until then, you guys have a great week. Rest up. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health. Check on people. Check on the strong people, too. Check on your strong friend. Give them a high five. Give them a kiss. Send them a flower. Do something. But check on the strong people in your life. Until then, y'all have a great evening. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys sometime this week.